Let me fix something in my background. Alright, let's make it. It's Meg Day, people. I have been waiting for this day forever. That's right, the Meg has finally came out in Australia. My most anticipated movie this year. Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this movie. But leading up to the Meg, Deep Blue Sea 2, Sharknado 6, and a bunch of other shark movies, I have been watching all the good and bad shark movies and doing Stardust reactions on them. Some okay, a lot of these shark movies were bad. It was torture watching these, and to celebrate the release of the Meg, it's finally here. I can't believe that. Oh, this is a dream come true. The Meg is finally here. To celebrate the release of the Meg, I'm going to share with you my Stardust reactions to all the shark movies that I watched since January, leading up to August, because there were a lot of bad shark movies I was questioning what I was doing with my life, but then there were some okay ones like Jaws, but you only come across them every once in a while, because nowadays we just get shark movies like Mega Shark, Sharkopus, Sharknado. I could go on forever. Land Shark, Sand Shark. There's so many dumbass shark movies out there. But yeah, this was torture. I was wondering what I was doing with my life. Why am I wasting an hour and a half watching a movie I know I was going to be bad? But you guys do not know how much I love you, because I would not do this if it was not for you guys, because you guys supported me on this, and I finally made it. I sucked through it. Oh, I'm just having all the memories of watching these bad shark movies. But that's enough. Let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy my Stardust reactions to the shark movies I watched since January. Redwater, some of the green screen moments look noticeable and fake. The character development isn't that good. The romance story just made me tired. The film holds back on the gore. The shark attack scenes were entertaining. The underwater sequences, they look good. Redwater is a really good made-for-TV movie. The reef is suspenseful. I really enjoyed the survival aspect of it. The shark is very scary. The music is very creepy. The cinematography looks amazing. I like what the director did with this movie. I like the director's vision. Open Water is a good thriller. It is suspenseful. The character development is bad. The characters are unlikable and annoying, and it has The Reef feel to it. But Open Water is not as good as The Reef, but Open Water is, okay. One thing I have to say to you, Toxic Shark, and that is that I hate this movie. The CGI is terrible, the acting is terrible, the dialogue is terrible, the script is terrible. Just don't watch this movie, please. Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. The CGI on the shark looks really good. It looks like a real shark. The acting is over the top. The dialogue is laughable. The character development is terrible. There's a lot of shaky cam sequences. The death scenes, they are dumb, but I had a lot of fun with a shitty movie. Yo, what up, Sharkenstein? It sounds scary, right? The CGI is awful. It looks like PlayStation 1 graphics. The editing is messy and choppy and it's cut to shit. The acting is complete shit. Sharkenstein is so boring, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I bloody despise this movie. Up, Stardust. Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. The CGI looks fake. The character development is bad. The dialogue is laughably bad. The editing is choppy and messy and bad. The camera shots feel dirty. The film is boring. Nothing happens. I yawned over 100 times. Just don't watch it, please. It is so boring. Blue Sea. The CGI on the shark looks pretty good. The acting by the main characters is really good. The score is great to listen to and intense. There's one horrible CGI death scene that just looks fake. Overall, Deep Blue Sea is an okay shark movie. Check it out. Jaws. The theme song is the most unsettling and creepiest and iconic theme song ever. I love the theme song. Jaws has fantastic character development. It has fantastic special effects. The shark is so creepy. That scene when that guy has one eye and pops out of the boat is still scary on my 100th time watching this movie. Jaws is my #1 favorite movie of all time. Bye, son of a Jaws. 2. Roy Scheider is once again really good. You feel some sympathy for his character. I like how the shark is burnt on one half of its face. It's a different version of the shark we haven't seen yet in the Jaws franchise. The climax was fun and cool. The character development is non-existent. You get horny teenagers that like this one girl. Overall, Jaws 2 is the watchable sequel. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still watchable and entertaining. Jaws 3, a shark loose in SeaWorld, is a very interesting concept. The CGI in Jaws 3 is the worst I've ever seen in the Jaws franchise. The dubbing is awful, characters speak and their lips don't even move. When characters do speak, it doesn't match what they are saying. The characters are such idiots, you learn nothing about them. The acting is complete shit, but the movie is entertaining at parts, but it's not the best Jaws movie, it's one of the worst. Instead of telling you what I think of Jaws for the Revenge, I'll just show you. Yep, that's about right. Jaws for the Revenge is trash. Jaws 5 Cruel Jaws is my most anticipated movie of all time because I like the other Jaws movies, so I was excited for this one. The editing is half-assed, the acting is half-assed, the CGI looks awful, the shark looks like moving cardboard, the score is also half-assed, the movie bored me shitless. I hate Jaws 5, I would rather watch Jaws for the Revenge. Mind blown. Open Water 2 adrift. Some of the characters lose a lot of blood while they are in the water, and there's no shark attack scenes for the entire movie, and sharks are addicted to blood. One smell of blood and it's dinner time. I found that kind of dumb. Big Shark vs. Giant Octopus may be a shit film, but it has one of the best scenes of all time, and that is when the shark jumps out of the water and eats an aeroplane. You don't see that every day. That was a pretty cool scene, but for the most part the movie is boring and I hated it. Shark swimming in salt water is a dumb idea, but it makes for good quality entertainment. Besides that, the characters are weak as hell, and the dialogue is bad, and the acting was surprisingly good. Overall, I enjoyed myself when watching this. I hate Sharknado 2, the second one, a lot more than the first Sharknado, because it references past asylum movies, and the whole movie feels like a Subway commercial, and there's so many fake screams, and the score did not work for me, and once again, the CGI looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Rewatching Sharknado 2, the second one, for the third time, I realised this one scene where this 4-year-old girl is running away from a Sharknado and she has a big smile on her face. Why would she be smiling? I would have a scared and I'm about to die look on me. That scene really bothered me a lot. Sharknado 2, the second one, is an Independence Day reunion because Judd Hirsch is in this movie and he plays a taxi driver. He also has some of the best humour in this movie. Vivica A. Fox was also in Independence Day and she shows up in this movie. All we need now is Will Smith in the next Sharknado movie. Sharknado 2, the second one, is not complete shit. It is entertaining at parts. It's cool to see a guy bat a shark up in the air. Little moments like those I find enjoyment in. If you want to know my thoughts on Ghost Shark, here they are. A shark in a bathtub. This movie can't be any more ridiculous. Thumbnail pose. Land Shark, what a dumb title. The editing is so distracting and it makes it hard to watch at times. The acting is laughable and probably the worst acting of the century. The special effects look like they were created on Microsoft Paint. And the movie is just dumb. A shark on land killing people. It can't get any dumber than that. This is what I think of Sand Sharks. It has some fun moments, but for the most part it is stupid and dumb. And I don't think you really need to watch this. Watch Jaws instead, that is a lot better. Man, this movie was bad. Sharks in Venice. The editing is choppy as hell. It made the movie hard to watch at times. The characters were so bland and the acting was terrible. Overall, this movie was boring and almost put me to sleep. Obviously, too, they shot-by-shot scenes from the original. Terrible script, unlikable characters, awful acting, cringy dialogue. This was a sequel really nobody asked for. It did nothing new. It's basically the same movie you have already watched. But yeah, this is easily going to be one of the worst movies of the year. Shallows. Blake Lively's performance was really good. The CGI shark looks like a real shark, but the movie is a bit of a slow burn. It picks up after the first death, but overall, The Shallows is the best shark movie since Jaws, and that's saying a lot. Good film footage movies are over. I mean, this isn't bad. It's better than the second one, that's for sure. This one has some effective scares. The sharks are always a threat when they're on screen, but the writing is not the best, and the characters are alright, I guess. But it's not the best. I mean, this is one of the better shark movies, but it's just
not the best. The story I want is very interesting because we get to experience what they experience, and the way the story is told and just how it's based on a true story, it's just very frightening and interesting to know that this actually happened and it's based on a true story. There's just something mildly frightening about that.
If you're wondering what movies I have in my background, I have Jaws the Free Movie Collection, which comes with Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws for the Revenge. I have the first Jaws movie. I have Open Water, Red Water Up There, Deep Blue Sea, and Sharknado. There's only one more thing left to do. Yes.
How does it feel?